Welcome to the Narcissism Freedom channel. Whether you are returning or joining us for the first time, this space is created with your healing and spiritual empowerment in mind. Here, we shed light on deep truths, uncover the hidden wounds of narcissistic abuse, and speak hope into the hearts of those who are rebuilding their lives from the inside out. Today's message is one of encouragement, reassurance, and powerful revelation. We're exploring 8 signs that show God has placed divine protection over your life, because when God covers you, no weapon formed against you will prosper. Sometimes we don't fully realize how much we're being protected until we reflect on what we've made it through. You might look back on certain people, decisions, or near misses and wonder how you came out still standing. The truth is, divine protection isn't always dramatic. Often, it's quiet, invisible, and constant. A shield around your life that keeps you safe even when you don't realize you're in danger. You may have been through things that should have broken you, but they didn't. That alone is a sign that God's hand has been on your life all along. The first sign that you're under divine protection is that certain people were removed from your life suddenly and without warning. It may have felt like betrayal, heartbreak, or confusion at the time, but looking back, you see it was necessary. God will remove people whose presence could delay or destroy your purpose. Sometimes, rejection is protection in disguise. You didn't lose them. You were saved from what they would have cost you down the road. Divine protection often clears the path before we understand why. Another sign is that no matter what came against you, you couldn't be destroyed. You've been through emotional storms, spiritual warfare, and battles that seemed impossible. You may have cried yourself to sleep, felt like giving up, or wondered if you were cursed. But you're still here. That is not by accident. The weapons were formed, they just didn't prosper. Because when God declares favor over your life, no enemy has the final word. You are covered by a hedge of grace that can't be seen with the natural eye. A third sign is your discernment became stronger over time. You began sensing when something or someone was off, even when they smiled in your face. Divine protection often comes in the form of heightened awareness. God sharpens your spiritual insight to help you avoid the traps set by the enemy. What once fooled you now exposes itself quickly. You're no longer easy prey because you've learned how to listen to the quiet voice of wisdom within. That inner knowing is a shield in disguise. The fourth sign is that you've survived things others didn't. This doesn't mean you're better, it means you're covered. Accidents, illnesses, abuse, or betrayal that took others under didn't have the same final say in your story. Your survival was not luck. It was purpose. There's a reason your story is still being written. God's protection has preserved you for something greater. Every time you thought it was the end, grace stepped in. That's not random. That's divine covering. A fifth sign is that doors closed for you that you desperately wanted to walk through. At the time, it may have felt like disappointment or failure. But now you understand that not every opportunity is a blessing. Some doors are traps. Divine protection often comes in the form of unanswered prayers. You didn't get what you thought you needed because God saw what you couldn't. That closed door may have saved your mind, your energy, or even your life. What God keeps you from is just as important as what He gives you. The sixth sign is that you've experienced delays that turned into divine setups. Maybe you were slowed down, detoured, or kept in a waiting season longer than you wanted. But in hindsight, you see that the delay positioned you for something better. If you had gone forward too soon, you would have missed the alignment. Divine protection isn't always about keeping you from harm. Sometimes it's about keeping you in place until the timing is right. God is not only protecting your body, He's protecting your future. The seventh sign is that even when you made poor decisions, God still covered you. This is grace in action. Maybe you stayed too long in toxic environments, trusted the wrong people, or ignored warning signs. But somehow, God still made a way of escape. Divine protection doesn't require you to be perfect, just willing. Your mistakes didn't cancel your destiny because God's mercy stood between you and destruction. If you've ever looked back and thought, I should have never made it out of that, you were protected by a love that runs deeper than logic. The final sign is the peace you carry in the midst of chaos. Others may wonder why you're still calm when everything around you is falling apart. but you know where your peace comes from. Divine protection isn't just about physical safety, it's spiritual security. It's the unshakable knowing that God is with you, even when life feels uncertain. That kind of peace is supernatural. It means your soul has found shelter in the presence of the Most High. Isaiah 54 verse 17 says, "No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment you shall condemn." This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord. That scripture isn't just poetic, it's a spiritual law. The weapons may form, the attacks may come, but when God is your protector, they will not succeed. Your heritage is protection. Your identity is divine covering. You are not left to fight these battles alone. As you reflect on your life, begin to notice where divine protection has shown up. Not just in the big moments, but in the small ones too. The canceled plans that saved you. The gut feelings that steered you right. The people who disappeared without explanation. The breakdowns that led to breakthroughs. These are the fingerprints of divine protection, quiet, faithful, and always present. No matter what you're facing right now, remember that the same God who brought you this far is still covering you. You may feel unseen, but you're surrounded. You may feel weak, but you're held. You may not understand the why, but you are not walking this path alone. Protection doesn't always mean the absence of trouble. Sometimes, it means you're being strengthened through it, so that what tried to break you becomes your testimony of grace. Thank you for spending this time with me here on the Narcissism Freedom channel. If this message spoke to your spirit, I encourage you to share it with someone who needs to be reminded that they are divinely covered. We are building a space of healing, truth, and spiritual empowerment for those walking out of darkness and into the light of freedom. And if you feel led to support the growth and awareness of this channel, the details are below in the description. Every gift you offer helps us continue creating content that speaks life, breaks chains, and reveals the powerful truth. You are protected, chosen, and never alone. Until next time, walk in peace, walk in confidence, and walk in the divine covering that is over your life. No weapon formed against you will prosper, because you are covered, loved, and destined for greater.